Hey guys, momentaijankguy here, bringing you a really cool WB double file. So it's gonna be my friend Ronald right here. He got 5th place over at the Riverside, California regionals just the past weekend. We were too tired to do it over there, so we're doing it a few days later. So what were you playing?
I was playing Numemon.
Nice, nice. So what made you want to play Numemon?
It's a deck I had used at the previous Ultimate Cup, so I had all the pieces for it. I did place, I believe, like 127 at the Ultimate Cup. Then I dropped it. Going into the week of prior to the event, I was debating if I wanted to run it, but I wasn't really sure. I had other options, like I wanted to play a different deck, but then at the end of the day, I think it's just a very consistent deck, and my friends just suggested to play it.
What was the backup deck if you decided not to bring Numemon?
I didn't bring it. It was gonna be Crossheart or not Hunter, so it was a toss-up between the three.
Okay, yeah, both good decks, and I know you really like
Cross.
yeah, you like Cross a lot.
I like crossing in general. It's a good mechanic.
How do you feel about your matchups? Because it was 9 rounds, right?
It was 9 rounds. Matchups were very scary because it was mainly Imperial that I saw. I think Mirage is a really bad matchup for the deck. I think my only loss in the tournament was Mirage, just because it went to 3 games, but first game I took it convincingly with like going fast, making them bored. But game 2 and 3, the player had everything. He was just searching for his pieces. He promoted when he needed to, and then he just straight up OTK'd me. I kept bouncing my stuff back to my hand, and then I really couldn't do anything.
Okay. Yeah. How did you feel? Because I think this is the first in-person event where it had to be 9 rounds. How do you feel about that? Like, let's say you were undefeated for the first 7 rounds, and then the last 2 rounds you basically have to gatekeep so you don't lose. So how do you feel about that?
I feel like if I would have gone undefeated, it would have been very stressful, just because the longer the games go, the harder it is to maintain that streak, just because it's a very long day. You don't even have time to like take a rest in case your match goes to like time.
Yeah.
Like most of the matches were going to time, because towards the end of the top tables is just Yellow Vaccine Magna, and it's just very hard to get over those walls.
And like just trying to win fast is like,
yeah, and you're trying to win fast, and then in the process of winning fast, you're probably like misplaying.
yeah.
Maybe they have an answer for like when you're trying to go for game. Either they just have that big blocker you need to get around, and then you can't really go for game. And then next turn they just set up another body. They go into another Magna X. So I think 9 rounds just sucks, I guess, for the player that goes undefeated, just because on the off chance they're undefeated on the 8th round, then go 9th round, and then end up losing. Now they're on they're not guaranteed first place anymore.
Yeah, because top 8, everybody was X1, and so it was
X1, but I think it mattered between the breakers.
Yeah, the type. Yeah.
And then a lot of the players had a tie. I was the only one that won X1 with no ties. So when they were handing
that's crazy.
the prizing, I think I was like at 63% or something. Everybody else was a little bit higher than me. So it's just like a toss-up between like all top 8.
Yeah.
No actual undefeated.
What's one more thing I was about to ask? How did you feel about the event? Because I know it was not as many people as before. I think LA and Pasadena, I know they were more than 300. Like, how did you feel about the event overall? Like, how it was ran compared to the last 2 in-person events?
It ran smoothly, a lot smoother compared to like the regional in Pasadena, and then especially Nats.
Nats was horrendous.
Nats was horrible. But I feel like even like with the smaller crowd, I think it was just a little more organized. We weren't waiting as much time for the rounds to go up. There were some chances where like people either left the room and then we weren't able to report, and then they got dropped, and then it's like at least that, I think that aspect was probably sucks, just because they would have had somebody out there just calling for like, oh, tables, whatever, need to report. Because then you're like, you don't know, you go to your next round and like, wait, where's my opponent? And like, I'm dropped.
Yeah.
So I think that would have been something better they would have improved. But overall, I think it was a really good event. Especially if there was a farmer's market outside, so there was actual food to eat.
Nice. Okay, all right, then let's get started into this deck profile.
All right, for sure. So, like always, you run the 4 Numemons.
Yeah, very perfect.
The 4 Numemons, just because it's a really good egg, especially with a deck that just swarms. Having this, and then you hard drop something and evil on top, it guarantees you an extra draw. Especially like when you go into Monzimon X, drop a body, and then on that body you just go either a Garamon or any Numemon, and you just Nume X on top. That's a guaranteed draw there. And if you have 2 of them, that's already 2 draws. So it helps you keep consistent draws, but it sucks when you go against Mirage because it's not a you may draw, it's you have to draw.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because it's draw 1.
Oh wow, it's not even.
So
oh, wow.
then, in one of my matchups against a Mirage player, every time I drew, he would point at it and make me draw, and I'm like, oh my god, and I would just have to draw.
He's remembering his triggers.
Yeah, so then I think I was able to I think I passed turn because of that, because he actually mentioned it. He had Mirage out, Galgamon, and then I passed turn. I think I passed that too, because I was at 0 because of that draw. But overall, it's a really, even though that's the only downside, it's a really good deck egg to just constant draws, and then you go your 5th egg, which is the Tokomon, which
How did you feel? How did you feel about this?
I think that's a 5th egg. It's a good egg because there's no other really good other black eggs, maybe aside from Agumon.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Sorry. Do you think this would be better if it was Pokemon? If you remember, like your draw, it was a long day for those draws, or do you think it's better that because Pokemon is not an option to check? So if you check like a yellow card, you bottleneck it. Do you feel like this was better just for that off chance that it doesn't have to happen?
I think this one's is better just because most of the time you have a stack out, and when it's your opponent's turn, so they're always gonna try to either kill because usually you promote out with a rookie, or if not, you promote with a floodgate rookie like the ones I'm gonna show, which is like Chumon, or you go with Ukamon. So then they need to clear those because they don't want you to keep getting either extra draws, avoiding them from getting memory, so they will kill it on their turn. So I think it's a good way to get a draw. I think I got like maybe 2 times where this happened, where like they killed it on their turn, I was able to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it does come up a few times. But sometimes I just end up swinging, so it doesn't really matter. But you do run out of eggs, so I guess this is probably like the better egg, just because if you swing and it survives, next turn they kill it, you get a draw.
So I know for a while purple base was like a really big thing. Like I think like 1 or top event or so. I didn't really check how many. But how do you feel? Did you ever try purple base?
I never tried it. I've tried the version with Agumon and Agu X. I think I liked it more just because you had more draws. Because you go Agumon and then Agumon X, you search, you grab something with X anybody, which could be Numemon X or Monzimon X, and that was great. Even he himself could grab himself. So I like the fact that you could have a body out and just draw. With the purple base, I think you just more aggressively put things in trash. But it's just you're hoping to swing and die.
Yeah, so, and there's always that joke was like, oh, it has jamming, it's swing, oh, it doesn't die.
Yeah.
So
So I think for more consistent draws, I like the black egg better, just because.
No, I completely agree too.
Draw,
yeah.
Right, you get more bonus for having those. And then next up,
the rookies.
Going for the rookies, and like any other deck, you run the 4 Ukamons, the BT16 Uko, then you run the promo Uko that gains you the memory. So for these, I feel like they're what actually makes the deck a menace, just because one gives you memory and a hatch, the other one lets you search your deck. You could grab a Tamer and a Digimon, so that's really important when trying to look for your pieces, because the moment and then also this, if you go first, you could choke your opponent at 1. And then that sets you up, because at most it'll give you 1 or 2, and then that sets you up to choke them again at 1 if you drop out another level 3. That cost 3 Digimon like Numemon. So I think this one's really good in terms of like the promoting, getting the memory, revealing the top 3, and then this one is good to, if they choke you at 1, at least you get a 2 with him. You promote and you go straight up in the back to another one.
For this Uguma, the BT16 one, was there ever a moment where like you bottom decked a card, but you were like, oh, I don't have to worry about it because like the deck dropped so much that you were going to see it again? Was there ever a game or one of your matches that you cycled through the whole deck and you eventually did see it again?
Not that I didn't see it, but more like it helped me, I think, solidify the last win on a game, because I saw a Ruin Mode off it, and I saw a Monzimon X and another rookie, and then I already had everything in my hand, and just like, okay, I'll just grab the Ruin Mode, because I already had, I think, a Platinum out, and I'm just like, okay, I have the Ruin, so in case anything happens, like, I could just E1 top in and Ruin. So this actually did help grab me certain pieces. Same thing if I have the Numemon that gains rush with the Satsuki. If I find a Satsuki, I'll just grab the Satsuki, and then I already have the combo ready.
Yeah.
If I want to go for a game. That's 8 right there, and then I have 2 other rookies to show, which is Chikurimon, and then Chumon.
Now, how much did this come up? Because I know there isn't much reduction. I'm assuming this is just in case they can't death fix you.
Yeah, this is mainly for Deathix and also 7th grade Demon Lords, just because they can.
Oh, you're right. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, they can reduce play cost, so they won't be able to drop a Lucemon, or can drop the Creepymons just because, or Leviamon for that matter, just because it help. They have to give you so much memory, especially if you keep choking them on 1 and they can't get any more memory. They just can't even play anything out. So this one did come up like maybe a few times when they try to either Deathix or they try to reduce play costs. But for most of the time, I think I was just hard dropping as a way to like just drop him in terms of playing something out with Monzimon X.
Yeah.
He came up a lot, especially in those Imperial matchups, because they're always going to put the XV and the
for the free 2 memory, yeah.
Gain the memory. So even if they try to DNA at 0, they won't be able to get the memory when they go for, like, let's say from 2 to 4 or something, or like when they hard drop one of the things and they do end of turn DNA, right? They'll stay at 2. It'll just, yeah, cool. They'll suspend everything, but I still have a board. They won't be able to do anything after. So then I think that's what helped me in that matchup. Just the Chumon putting in work, stopping them from getting any memory. They still get the memory off the Tamer if they do have it, but that end of the turn DNA just
it just stops them, yeah.
And go to 1, right?
Yeah, that's good. Like I know that regular combo is like, oh, you go for 2, and then hard play a 4, go to 2. Then it's like, oh, you can't go to 0. Sorry, you just got pass turn.
Yeah, so end up passing turn because of that. So I think this split was good. I think I was gonna do like a 3-2 split, but I needed the extra room for something else, so I ended up just going 2-2 splits. And I think it did. Saw them often, especially like the searching, and then also I was kind of mulligan for a rookie all the time, so I would try to get a rookie, either Uko or one of these, and a level 4.
So you're just running 10 rookies? 12
rookies.
So for Ukman, do you think Ukman is too strong? Do you think it should get hit, or?
I feel like the BT16 Ukman should get hit.
Now, over the memory gain? Yeah.
Over the memory gain. I think the BT16 helps you so much in searching for pieces. The memory gain Uka is not as bad, just because you do just memory sets you and it lets you hatch. If anything, they should do like a pair ban. Either
like you have to use this one or this one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
like a choice ban.
Yeah, you can have both in one deck, or if not, limit either or. But I think out of the 2, if I would say either restrict one, would probably be the BT16.
Okay.
Just because it's so much value. It's a lot of value. And then we're moving up to the level 4s.
And I know there's quite a few of them.
There's quite a few. But I want to say the real MVP of all the 4s that I played was the Garamon.
Pot agreed.
Pot agreed. Just like trash 1, draw 2. And then sometimes I wouldn't have the card to pitch to draw 2, which is fine, but whenever I would open either regular Uko, the promo one, and one of these, I would just hard drop this for 3, pitch whatever Numemon, and draw 2. So that way I could like constantly see my pieces. Fortunately, it has no inherent, but other than that, like it's pot agreed. It's also treated as a Numemon, so it gets searched by everything. Next up would be Nume X.
Next broken card.
Broken card. I never swung with it.
Okay.
Hoping for him to die. It's more like I evoed on top and use the on deletion.
Okay.
So I would always use it as a free draw on top of like a Garamon, or on top of the other Numis. And then every time it would die, I would just value. We just play something.
Oh yeah, because if it died, you just play this, draw another card, draw 2 more cards.
Or I play one of the level 6s, the platinum.
Oh, you're right,
Numemon,
right,
or
right. You played the platinum.
Other ones that allowed you to play like Numemons, right? Because the other ones that I was running was this one.
Oh, just one. Okay.
Yeah, the one-up blocker from RB1. It never came up on the Reveal 3, just because I never used it for that.
It was just there, you even on top of it,
It was
basically.
either pitch material to have a Numemon out on the trash for me to like bring it back and give whatever I'm evoing on top blocker, just to have a blocker on the field, or just pitching for this effect, for like the Monzimon, or let's say if I were to swing, I would probably swing with this, just to have the source underneath. So this one I only had one, and then I do have 3 of the Nume blocker. This one came up a lot. This literally won me like a few games where I would have pushed out with its, I think I Louis and I pushed out. They had a Magna out on the field, and they had 2 Death X. I had gotten Death X twice. It was against the Blue Magna in round 6, I believe. So I had 2 Death X. I was at like, I think 3 memories. So when I played the Louis, I went back to 2. I swung with it. They had no security. The Magna had to block because I was going for game. He ended up blocking, right? And then I passed turn by playing Garamon.
I'll put him into 1?
I put him into 1. Both Death X triggered. So the first trigger killed it. Second trigger killed my 2 Platinum Numemons.
Oh my god, you took his turn!
I had 2 on the field. I had 2 Platinums on the field. One of them killed them, so I played a Monzimon. Put something underneath, gained a 2 memory, go to 1. Killed the second one, same thing. Played a Monzimon off the Platinum Numemons effect, right? Gained another 2, go to 3. And then the effect on deletion let me play it out this guy.
That's
and
rude.
I had Satsuki in hand. Tucked the Satsuki, gave him rush, and then just swung for it.
That's nasty.
So I saw some lists that were not running it, but I feel like it's a good finisher. It's a really good, it's a strong finisher, especially like on my last round. I had more than enough for game. Just in case in the back, I had this and the Satsuki in my hand. So in case any of my bodies were to die, I would just hard up this for 3, tuck the Satsuki, and then just go for game.
Would you take this out for a 4th copy of that one?
No, I think the 3-2 split is good. I was debating of either running him or the one that gives sec -1. Secret sec
Oh,
-1.
the yellow one, the other one. Yeah, the other Jerrymon.
Yeah, the other Jerrymon. But I feel like blocker is just a really good.
I think it's really strong this format, and it's good against Magna. It's good against certain Demon Lords, not all of them, because a lot of them do pop.
It sucks against birds. Because it's a blocker. It just pops
they
the
just
sack,
pop it,
right?
yeah.
It just pops the sack. But other than that, like if it's trying to go for game, at least I have a blocker out. So it stops him from swinging. So I'm able to like either prevent an attack or like they forget the sack as, and I just, okay, cool, I'll just block. And then and let's say I have this on top. It dies. I get to play something out. So it's a good way for redirecting and also like stopping them from going for game. But yeah, overall, like Pot of Greed is.
Body Read's a good card.
Pot of Greed is a good one.
Did you see a lot of Digimon Emperors, and did you Evo in the back a lot just to bypass the memory gain?
There was a time I think I played against that same Blue Magna player, game 2. Last game. No, it was game 2. I had 1 Digimon on my end. He dropped 2 on me, and I had a Ukamon in the back. I never pushed out after that. I just kept hard playing my 3s.
That's the worst. Like Uko.
It worked out for me just because I had more bodies than him. He couldn't be able to do it.
Fair, yeah.
And I kept clearing his board. So me hard dropping the thing didn't really like it would have been nice if I promoted because I could have gained the memory and hatched again, but it just locked me in the back for like the whole game. But then I was just hard dropping things because they're like so cheap. They're like whenever you play a rookie, it's like a 3-cost rookie. Well, this is
a 3-cost rookie, yeah.
And I could just be at 3. Let me say he puts me at 3, drop this because I can't Evo on the raising or like can promote from raising, and I just Monzimon. Go to the 0, Monzimon X, play something out, and then just like
kill
clear whatever he had on the field. So yeah, there was a lot of Digimon Emperors, and then also there were times where I stacked 2 on them.
That's it.
So they weren't really doing it. They just locked them out of the game and forced them to stay in the back.
Especially against like Imperials. Like Imperials, like I I can't promote. It's like you can't do anything. It's like unless they have 2 of the 4 costumers.
Yeah, it forces them to like just evo into a Stingbot or XV in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we'll be going to the level 5s, which is the RB1 Numemon, and then Numemon X. I feel like these 2 cards are very strong towards like turn 2, just because turn 1 you could just give them 3. If they don't clear your Numemon, and even if they give you like 1 or 2, if they just drop a searcher rookie, you go on top for 3, and then you pop their rookie. And then if they can clear this the next turn, you just go here. And now you have Digimon coming out of raising, you have a body out, you play another body out, that's already minus 6k. Right? If you play a Garamon, or if you play one of these, and then you evo on top again, you go up to 9k.
That's
so it's just a lot of ways to remove boards, and then just clear the board for yourself, and then just have like a straight swarm of like teddy bears. Which I think on my first game against my last opponent, turn 2, I had 4 bodies out. So it was just insane.
I feel like this is probably the strongest card in the deck, just because it gives you free value. It gives you a free body, and the secondary effect for the out turns is just hard play it's when you play a Digimon, you get to minus 2k to each of their Digimon, and it doesn't have to be by an effect.
Yeah, the fact that sometimes I was just sitting on this, and then it's like, okay, I can't really do anything. Okay, I'll just hard drop another to pass turn, or I need to like put pressure. I would just hard drop another Monzimon, and then it would trigger the effect, and I would do my minus 3, and then if I had 4 bodies out, I think one game I did minus 10k to something. I don't know if it was Mirage or it was Imperial, one of those 2, but I was able to do minus 10k off the fact that I had 5 bodies on the field, and then just 2, and I just like, okay, minus 10k, and then all right, cool, I'll play this. I think I played out like this, and then I went here.
It was always just like minus 3.
Minus 3, and then on their turn it was only 1k, and then I think they had Swan, and I just Valkyrie Ace on top, and then it cleared their stack, and then overflowed by.
Did you ever have games where like you had so much like board prets on the board, like they hard played something, to like put you to 1 or something, and then you're like, I'm just gonna play this body, just kill your guy faster.
Yeah, it happens a few times where like I just had the bigger board and they had no answer for it. I think that's what the Magna X player was doing. He was just dropping Death X's on me, but in the end it kind of like bit him in the butt, just because it has so many on deletions.
Yeah.
Where like, okay, cool, you pop my lowest thing, but then I get to recur something from trash and then or from my hand, right? And then the next one that I was constantly using was 2 copies of
2 Edomons. 10 level 5. Okay.
Yeah, so it's 10 level 5s. And then this one did come up a lot just to set up those ace plays where I maybe had hard drop level 3, level 4, right? And then I just evoed here for 4, force him to swing, and then I would either ace, or if I had the blocker, and since I was bigger, I would just block. Or if I didn't have anything and was just bluffing them, I would just make them swing. And maybe they die in security.
Yeah, because these 2 are essentially the same card. Like it's minus 3 to the end of the turn, minus 3 to the turn, but this one is like they have to swing.
They have to swing. And then the effect did come up like a few times where I would ping them. I think on my first round, I pinged them to swing. It was a Repurpo Imperial. They swung a security. I triggered this off the swing because I think they were swinging at my body, even though, or they were swinging somewhere. And I had, I think, a Valkyrie on top. So they swung. It triggered the effect. I played out a Garamon. They were to clear my stack, but I still had another body out. So then they would have to, because I was gonna go for game the following turn. So they had to figure out a way for me to kill this new Digimon that popped up. So they had to use more resources to actually delete it. But it's a really good way to set up. I think there was a game where I actually hard dropped this.
Boom.
Because it put me to 4.
Oh, just putting the 3. Yeah.
Put him to 3.
Oh, that's nasty too, because the inherit works off as this too. So if you get a hit, that's 8,000 on top of the ace, and then on top of more DP minus reduction.
Yeah, but I didn't do that when these were on the field. I just hard dropped.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like turn 2 or something. because they give me so much memory. And then I had an ace in hand. And it was just a really early ace where I just hopped out this, pinged their Digimon. They swung at the beginning and started the main phase, and I just aced on top. Yeah.
Did you ever think about running the War Monzaimon, the other like free evil target for?
I was thinking about it, because I saw some lists where they were running the 2 Edamons with the 1 War Monzaimon, but I feel like it's not as good as this one where like you on play you tuck something, gain the memory.
Mhm.
You're straight up giving them like the 7 memory. So it's nice because of the Digivolve, so you tuck a source underneath. But I think this one is just probably better. Like it shuts down some decks from swinging because I think it blocks 5 cost or less or something from attacking.
Yeah, it's like a mini Congo.
It's like a mini Congo, but I think it was too much memory. And then if you go into it, you need to see this one to actually go use your aces.
Oh yeah, because Valkyrie can't go on top of it.
Because it's mono, like just black.
Yeah, because I feel like the Warp Monzai, like I think it's only good against the Magnet matchup, just because like for that the what off chance it doesn't have protection, you can Digivolve it so you can set them back.
Yeah. So those are my 5s, and then we'll be going into our 6s. Yes, which is 3 copies of Platinum Numemon, which I always use it as
pitch fodder.
Yeah, pitch fodder. I would just pitch it, and then it's okay. If they kill it, I get to play something for man. And then if it dies, I just play on Digiball. I just trash something or on play. So if my sack dies with the on deletion from the Numemon X, I play this. Oh, pass turn, which I think happened where like my stack died, they were at 0, and I think I just played this and it passed their turn. So I think it's a really good card, especially like you pitch it early and then it just comes back. You have a level 6 without actually doing it to the stack, and then it sets you up for like your other top end. Next, I am running 2 Pokemon Aces. And then this one did come up a lot, like way too much. It's just really good. But then sometimes I would just do it, and then they had an out for it, so the following turn would just overflow.
Yeah, just for memory for them to give.
Yeah, just for memory, but still, it had down deletion, so I was able to bring stuff back. And sometimes I would just hard evo on it. I wouldn't really even blast, just because I had them so much. I DP minus them so much that they only needed like the -5 on the field, and I think I did it to Imperial where like.
Oh, just wipes their board.
Yeah, where like I had DP minus their Helldramon or to a certain extent, and then I just hard evoed for 4, and then it did -5. It partitioned, but since it's for the turn,
they just died.
It killed everything that came into the field, so nothing stayed on board. So it's able to like set up those type of mini room 1 effects for the turn. And lastly, the 1 Rapid X.
Now, how did you feel about this? I did not know you were running that until like the last round.
I like it. I feel like a lot of people run Venusmon. I don't like the card. I never enjoyed playing that card. I think it's just because my playstyle is different. I never enjoyed it.
And this is more aggressive because it allows you to attack.
Yeah. So the fact that you can protoform for 2, suspend your opponent's Digimon, swing, it gives them -4. You're able to swing, clear something, and then you gain memory off them dying. So it's a really good card. And then in case they try to run it over, it has Armor Purge. So then I go back to a 5 and gives me the chance to ace again.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then it's just they have to clear it because whenever they try to swing with the rookie, it would just die.
Were there any moments where you do wish at that time that this was a Venusmon over the Rapid?
Maybe against Mirage.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the only matchup I would probably pick Venus over this for Mirage, just because it just stops them from gaining so much memory when digivolving, and then also like when attacking, they won't be able to suspend.
Oh, you're right. It was the 8. It was the
with the Macau.
Yeah.
So, but it came up. It was good. And it's a 1-up, so even if I don't see it, I'm not really stressing because most of the time you're just doing things with the 5s.
Yeah.
Right.
Unlike Venusmon, where Venusmon's like, I need to see it, and then you'll be like, if I don't see it, I just lose the game.
Yeah. So I think this my list was a little more centered towards like just being a little more aggro, I guess. And then this is just always good Armor Purge.
Yeah.
It's like really good mechanic. then going into the level 7s, which is Death X and Ruin mode. This one won me the game.
Yeah, I remember that night. We're like, what are you doing? All of a sudden, we go ruin and we all just popped off.
Just because the fact that I had 2 Digimon in the back, I had to stack out. I decided to okay, I have the Ruin in my hand. I'll attach the Satsuki to my Platinum Numemon. I'll swing 2 checks. Cool, survives against Imperial. And then swung with the other 2 rookies. Cool, they died. That doesn't really matter. They are 1 security. And then I just Ruin mode, put you to 4. They had a level 4 in the back, a Sigmon in the back, just sitting there. That's 4K with no DB boost. So the moment it promotes, it just dies. So
and they also had 2 of the dual tamer too, so I was like, that's wild.
Yeah, so then I had another one coming raising, so the next turn I had technically game, and that's the game I had the Sasuke Numemon play, just in case anything happened to this stack. No ace underneath, so, which was great. That way, in case I died, I don't lose any memory. I just hard drop the thing and just win for game. But yeah, this one came up a lot in terms of DP minusing, and then I think there was a game where I did it to a Sukamon player, and I think their Platinum Sukamon died. So when it dies, it digivolved it. So okay, but it's still -5 on the field.
Yeah.
Right. So the Death X did maybe come up once, but not me. No, it came up twice because I did use it to just pop a bunch of things on the board. But I was playing a mirror for my 7th. Was it 7th round? No, it was the 8th round. It was Numemon, mirror, and then they had a Venus out. The effect already had finished. They had a Numemon X. Oh no, they had a Garamon. They go into Monzimon to pass turn. I was gonna go for game, but I had 6 security because there was a protoform.
Oh, okay.
And I think I had just a Platinum out that had died, and I played it out. Just to be very confident in terms of I don't want to give them more advantage, I just even on top. Did Digivolve the stack, and I popped the Garamon, and then I think I passed them to 2, and then they had no way to clear this, and then the following turn was just because I didn't want to get ace and have my other Digimon die.
Yeah.
So I just wait an extra turn if I could, and then they have to clear this. If not, I'll just keep popping the lowest level. But yeah, those are the 2 level 7s I was running.
I feel like a lot of people forget that you can evil into this thing, and you still get the full effect.
Yeah, it's crazy because of that.
Did you ever want to switch out the Death X for a second Ruin mode, or do you think that would be too much?
I think it's too much. If anything, I was gonna not put Death X and do Merciful mode.
Oh, okay. The bottom there stuff.
Yeah, Mercy mode just for the Sound Great Demon Lord matchup.
Oh, that's fair.
There's
That's
a
fair.
lot of trash. I could just bottom deck everything. I think I was gonna do one of the level 3s for the Merciful mode, but then I just chose not to, and just decided to just leave 2 level 7s. Then for the trainers, the tamers, we have the Digimon Emperor.
The bane of everybody's existence right now.
The bane of every single rookie rush deck. Just because it's so good. You draw when they die, which I kept forgetting. That's the thing. I would have it here, and I would just not pay attention. The thing would die, and I would forget to tap it. But this is a consistent draw when you kill their 5 or lower. And it just locks them out of the game if they kind of like Mirage. Usually doesn't matter just because they keep on the back. But for Imperial or Magna, where they have to promote because they don't want to evil in the back with their Magnas, this stops them and forces them to evil. So Imperial, sometimes they want to just promote the rookie, draw another rookie with the effect of the tamers that reduces cost, and then they play another one in DNA. This would just stop them. The fact that you could play 2 and then they lose 4 memory at the start of the phase is dumb. It sucks when they did to you, but it's really funny when you
and they don't even get their start of main phase because of turn just ends.
Yeah, their turn just ends. Then I have 1 Louis. I think the 1 is fine. I was gonna maybe swap out another tamer for another Louis, but it came up quite a few times, so I was definitely seeing it. Maybe seeing it, having it at 2 would be more consistent, but I think having the 1 up is fine.
Did you ever have a moment where if this card was a second copy of Louis, you would have won right there?
Probably not. I don't think I had the moment like those, but like it just if I had maybe like if I didn't see it or I bottom deck it and I had something in raising and that would have granted me the game, then yeah, I would have been like, oh my god, this was Louis. Next, I have a copy of Matt, the Starter Deck 16 Tamer. It's Memory Center. Never hard played it, maybe just once, just to send me to 3. But when you pitch cards with Garamon, it nets your memory. So you could play the Monzimon X, play out a body. This is on the field. Cool. I played a body, I gain a memory. So if you're at 3, you go to 4, right? That's the first thing you do. So whenever I was pitching, I would just tap him and gain the memory. If anything, I probably would have swapped this for a second.
Second Louis, okay.
Right, yeah, because it didn't come up as often. It did got hit. Somebody hit insecurity, and then that's the only one.
Yeah, that's like, oh, it's great.
Right, hard dropped it, but for the most part, it was just chilling in my hand. So maybe we swap this for another Louis.
Okay.
Then the other cards I'm running are 2 copies.
Oh, we're only running 2 Satskis.
Just 2 Satskis. I think 2 is good. 3 probably be like a better number for it, but I think 2 was a good amount.
Oh yeah, because you could like switch this for this or that. Like.
Yeah, the ratio I was running for the Ultimate Cup was 3-2 split. I was doing a 4-3 split.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed room for more things, especially room for like.
Yeah, the card being so strong right now.
Yeah, so something had to like got taken out for it. So Satsuki was that, but the fact that it means give your thing jamming.
Mm-hmm.
The Numemon combo where like you play him, give him rush, and then swing for game. That one came up quite a few times. So I do like this. I don't like the lists that don't have it. I guess it just depends on how the deck build and stuff.
I just feel like that combo is just like it's so strong.
It's very strong, especially like it's an additional swing if you do have it. So even if you're not going for game, the fact that you can play Numemon and have a Satsuki in hand, that's another check.
Mm-hmm. Just poking them down. It's a check that's not gonna die unless you hit an option.
Yeah. So those are all the rookies. Sorry, not Tamer. And then the last card I have in the deck are, well, technically 2. 2 copies of Perform. And this helped keep turn when I was going into Monzimon X. Even if I didn't have the Monzimon, this allowed me to just keep turn and then still play out a body. And also the Rapid X is funny because he heals for 3, so if I do this...
Oh, he heals for 2, yeah.
So this, and it helps trigger the ability for the Rapid X because I don't run any other Rapids, so this would help with the Rapid X. But yeah, like this is a really good card, especially when it dies, just put in security, grab something from the source, and then they check cool out of 10.
And it basically just never goes away, you just keep recycling it.
Just keep recycling, right.
All right, well guys, that was the deck profile. Is there any shout out that you want to do? Anybody who would like help you decide like yeah, I'll just play this deck or anything?
I will shout out everybody at Psychoturtle Collectibles here in SoCal. Just because I've been playing with them for like the past 2 years since I started the game. Really great shop, really awesome people, community is really great. And then everybody that's helping at the store, like Regina, you, Abel, Greg, Angel, I want to say like Tim, I think Gray, Lance, pretty much everybody. There's so many people. There's a lot of people. Especially like the whole team did really great at this past regional.
Mm-hmm.
All top tables were like at least we had 8 people from the store just there, just trying their hardest. And then my brother too, because he got 18th place.
Oh yeah, and he got his invite because it passed down. Yeah. Do you think you're gonna go to Nats? Because I think it's in Florida, right?
Debating. Start saving.
It's not exactly around the corner. It's not exactly like next door.
Yeah, it's pretty far. But definitely would want to go. So it would be a good experience just to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then just excited. I don't know if this is gonna get hit prior to BT17 or after BT17. So on the off chance, I'll probably have to like find a new deck just to play. But yeah, this got me.
But if this doesn't get hit. And it's still as strong because I know like everybody's gonna be like on Imperial train because of like the new Paladin mode, the new Omnimon deck.
Yeah.
If they don't hit this deck, do you And if you do go to Nats, do you think that you're gonna want to still play this deck?
I think it's still very consistent. Even with the new support all the other decks are getting, I think Numemon is just strong. It's very consistent, very fast, swarms really easily. So you're able to like just outpace your opponent because they regard setup, right? And then the only reason Imperial's kind of like busted this next set just because of the options. So if you do hidden security, it's kind of something else you gotta worry about.
Yeah.
So either you gotta like set up a board just to preemptively kill their stack, and just maybe not swing, starve them. So I think it would still be a pretty good choice unless I get hits. Then I want to figure out what to play.
All right, guys. Well, I really guys hope you enjoyed that. This is Ronald. He got 5th place over there at Riverside Regionals, and then I'll see you guys next time.